Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project planning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. I have a haul for you guys today. It's from Sephora. I have two little boxes here. So we'll just get right into it. Short and sweet, keep it brief. See if I can actually do that. The samples that came in here are the Ellis Brooklyn Deer Sky perfume. I'm going to have so many perfumes to go through. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Next year's going to have to be perfume year because there's just too many. Also, the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. So I have this in like a mini, and I can't remember the shade that I have. I might have fair. I think it's, let me just check actually. I think it's 3 fair or 2 fair. I have 2 fair, and it is 2 fair if I'm being honest. So I got this because I thought I could test out a couple of other colors and see what I think. So I may actually try this soon. I was going to take it with me on my trip, but then I'm like, the hotel room is going to have, let's be honest, crappy lighting. So I will try this soon. And then as for what did I buy? The first thing I got is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil Stellar Set. And the reason I picked this up is because I go through lip pencils extremely quickly. It is just 5 different pencils, 5 different colors, and I think I want to swatch them, if I'm being honest. I've heard nothing but great things about these, and I want to swatch them. So I think I'll grab some scissors and... No, those are not the ones I want. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll swatch them now so that I can kind of see like what the shade range is. I just don't want to cut my finger because I'm going to the gym soon and do not want to cut myself before I go, or at all actually, but yeah, but especially before I go to the gym. So this is what it looks like inside. You get 5 pencils. They are smaller, I hope, than the original size because it's so small. They're so small. They're actually all sealed, so I don't think I'm going to open them up and swatch them today, but I will show you guys the colors again so you can have a look. This one's a little bit more like rosé kind of color. Yeah, a nice like neutral kind of neutral brownish color. Again, a little more like rosy, but less deep than this one. And then there's this like nice kind of rosewood color, nice like rosy brown, and then a darker brown. So I'm really excited to try these. I cannot wait. I've heard, like I said, amazing things about these. And there's a few different kits that have the pencils in them. There's one I know that has 2 pencils and a gloss or something. And then this one, and there might be more. I don't know. That's on the Canada site, so I'm not sure what the US has or anybody else has. But yeah, I'm excited to try those. But I just want to keep them wrapped because I don't want them to go bad before I get to them. Even though I pretty much go through the pencils super quickly. So, and then the next thing I got in this order was the Benefit. What is it called? Brominos. I don't understand why it's Brominos. Like, I get the dominoes effect, but like, I don't get the gist of like why there's dominoes with brows. I don't get it. So someone fill me in because I do not understand. It says medium brown. My hair is like a coppery reddish color, but a medium brown is fine. My brow hairs are actually like a coppery color too, but because the hairs are so dark, it just looks like I still have brown eyebrow hairs, even though I have black eyebrow hairs. So I'm going to open this one up too. I think I put my scissors away already. All right, that one was not as bad as the last one. So okay, are these full size? If these are full size, that's a really great kit. I've never tried any brow products from Benefit before. So I'm very excited to try these. I have heard amazing things. Actually, someone in my comments recently just talked about Benefit brows. And this one is a Precisely My Brow Wax. so brow wax in a tube. There's also a brow pencil in the shade 3.5. These are all shade 3.5 except for the one that's clear. And then this one is the 24-hour brow setter. This is the one I think that was in the comment section. So that's why I was like, you know what? Let me pick this up. I want to take a peek and see what I think about these. I like trying new products, but I also have my staples and I really don't need to go like hunting for new and fantastical things really, like for brows, because I do like my brows. So but I definitely want to try those. That's exciting. And in the next box, so I'm just going to pull everything off of the top. There's quite a few things in here because I got a bunch of free samples and I only ordered 2 things. And there's a ton of paper in here. Okay. All right. I hope that doesn't fall. Okay. So the samples are the Amika Forget Frizz Anti-Frizz Shampoo and Conditioner. I love getting these like more bougie kind of shampoo and conditioners for free because this is basically like one full use for me. Sometimes I can use 2 packs and it's just enough for my hair. And I also like the fact because I would, if I got a full big size of that, I would go through that no problem in a few months because well, maybe not months, maybe like half a year or 8 months. But I usually use Head and Shoulders because I have very dry skin and I don't want dandruff. And then I sometimes mix a little bit of a fancier kind of shampoo with it to make it a little more bougie. But when I'm traveling, I love these packets. And then also just sometimes I like to just use them at my house. And then for the freebies, there's a lot here. There's 5 different items here. So if you spend a certain amount of, I didn't get any other samples, like foil packet samples. That's interesting. But if you spend a certain amount, which I spent over $100, you got to pick 5 samples. So I picked the Dr. Dennis Gross AHA and BHA Daily Cleansing Gel, which I'll probably take on my trip with me. So I'm just gonna put that right in there. I also have a Verb Ghost Oil, which is Shine and Smooth Frizz and Weightless Hair Oil. So love to try hair products that are bougie, like I said. I also have the Hanuel Red Rice Hydrating Serum. I love a hydrating serum, so that's awesome to try. Cannot wait. I also have a Clinique High Impact Mascara in the shade Black. So that's awesome. And then I also have a Tarte LifeLock Hydrating Setting Spray. Again, anything hydrating, sign me up. So those I feel like are pretty good samples. I would definitely use every single one of those. So that is really awesome. I shouldn't have said I didn't get any foil packet samples. I got this foil packet sample. So, and then for that order, I only ordered the 2 items. I got the Tower 28, what is it called? Full-size jet mascaras in the shade Jet and the shade Drift. And those are the colors there. And this is what the product looks like. I wish it had what the wand looks like on the front because it's very narrow, but it's got like that bend to, it's sort of like a bent wand, but it's very thin, almost giving like this kind of vibes, but like a bent, even thinner than this, but giving a bent brush. I wish I had something that was similar like that I could show you. But nothing open anyway that I have right now. So I saw someone talk about these on their YouTube channel. I don't really watch a lot of hauls or anything anymore because I get way too excited. But lately I have been because I want to make the right purchases. So I'm doing some research. I'm trying to figure out like what items do people enjoy, what items are new that I haven't tried that might actually fit my routine and might be something that I could add to my collection that wouldn't be like crazy consumerism, like, 15 more highlighters or something to my collection that I really don't need. Blush is another story. I'm okay with bronzers and highlighters, not really interested in buying many more of those unless they come in a face palette, but mascara is something that I always use. And I'm like, I thought I wanted to try these because I love the way that the brush looked, and I also like to push the like the wand of the applicator push my lashes up, and because it's like rounded, it's kind of to the shape of your eye, and it'll be so nice to just lift the lashes. So I am very excited to try those. I know I talked a little too long about these mascaras, but I am extremely excited to try those. And then I also picked up the NARS Ethereal Aura Blush Palette, and I'm very happy I got this one. I was looking on the Sephora site for the dark, this one is called Lightspeed, and I was looking for the ethereal version. I can't remember what the shade is called, but it's like the ethereal aura something or other. Same thing, your ethereal aura blush palette, but there's another name, and I can't remember what the name of it is. But this is what the lighter one looks like. And I will give you a spoiler alert. I did find it on another Canadian site, so that is coming to me. So you will see that soon too. But I love it when it's angled like that, because you can really see the indents in the packaging. But when it's like right against the light, it all looks really light. But it's very pretty. I only have been buying NARS recently. I wasn't really a NARS fan in the past. I've only had one palette from the past, and that was a Stephen Klein one. And I used that because I absolutely adored the bronzer and the contour and highlight shades in there. But this is what the palette looks like. And there are 6 blushes, apparently. These 2 look like highlighters to me. So I'm thinking those are highlighters, but it just says blush, and then it says, oh God. I don't want to read these names out. There's Please Me, which is a little light. I'm not sure that that's gonna get along with my skin shade. It's extremely light, so I don't know if I'll even be able to use that. There's Orgasm, which everybody knows already. I already have that in my collection. There's Impulse, which I thought was actually going to be Laguna, so it's nice that that's actually a warmer brown or a neutral brown blush. And then there's Sex Fantasy, which is like, come on, people. Does everything have to be so graphic? Like, I'm not a prude or anything. It's just, when I talk about makeup, I don't really want to be talking about this stuff, because, like, what if someone's watching these and then there's, like, children there? And then this one is, like, Deep Throat and Zen. Like, Zen in a palette with all of that. Okay. All right. Anyways, I'm very, very happy to have this in my collection now, and I can't wait for the other one. I will show you guys that when I receive that one as well. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to be getting much of anything else for the rest of the year, because I have another thing that's coming to me that I ordered. I'm so excited about it, and I'll talk about that when I receive it. It's not makeup, but it's just going to add to my life, and yeah, I'm excited. I'll show you guys when I get it. But I think I'm like considering the Danessa Myricks eyeshadow palette this year, and then I'm like, why? Every year I do this to myself. I'm like, I have it in my hand, and I'm like, you don't need it, and then I don't get it, and then I think about it for the next year. So this year I'm like, just get it. But there's a whole 6-pan that has like 3 or 4 blue or gray colors in there that I will not wear. So out of that whole $200, because with taxes it's going to be over $200, if I'm not going to buy it, or if I'm not going to use that 6-pan out of 18 colors, why am I going to buy the whole thing? It's just, I don't know. I'm trying to talk myself out of it, if I'm being honest, but all is well. That is everything that I've ordered. I have, like I said, these 3 here, and then the lip things, and I feel like that's a decent amount. Like, I'm not going crazy. I don't even know if I'm gonna get much of anything at the Sephora sale. If I do, I'll probably pick up a couple of these kind of blushes, because I really like them. And I don't know, I've been really enjoying playing with blush lately, and whichever ones I don't really enjoy in my collection, I just feel like, you know what, why am I going to want to use those? So maybe I dig them out, or maybe I pass them along, or whatever the case might be. But I'm really trying to understand my enjoyment with blushes and what I like, so I just have to play around a little bit more. But I realize that a blush no buy is just not for me. I like blush way too much. It's not for me, but I do have to buy less. I'll put it that way. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And if you don't know what to leave in the comment section, maybe leave a jack-o'-lantern. I would love that. I would love a jack-o'-lantern. Anyways, it's almost Halloween anyway, so I would love that. But thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.